In the heart of downtown Los Angeles, construction continues as workers strive to finish what will become the second tallest building west of the Mississippi and the tallest in Los Angeles, the Wilshire Grand Tower. Aimed at revitalizing the Figueroa Street corridor and the surrounding area, the building will become home to a plethora of new retail, office, hotel, and living space for members of the downtown Los Angeles community. In addition, it will host a variety of different restaurants, a sky bar, observation deck on the top floor, and even has the possibility of hosting new nightclubs. However, there are a few questions that arise when thinking about the implications of a building such as this. How will a building as big as this affect the nightlife of downtown? Where will the homeless go? And how will it stand against earthquakes? To find out more, I ventured on down to interview a couple of very different individuals, Metropolitan Water District worker Doug Cox and Elston Trukanovich, who recently had lost his home. My first chat was with Cox. To break the ice, I first asked him about the implications of an earthquake for a building such as that.
Well, it's been said that you should build your house on solid rock rather than sinking sand. And, Los Angeles has a history. We have a lot of faults, and we tend to have big earthquakes every so often.
In fact, according to the U.S. Geological Survey in 2008, California has a 99% chance of having a huge earthquake within the next 30 years. If this is true, it is unknown whether or not current earthquake regulations and standards for new buildings will hold up against a high-magnitude quake.
Me, I question sometimes why you would want to build a high-rise on earthquake country. If you want to build a building, you obviously want to have it for functionality, and I understand that. But sky-rise, I can't imagine why you'd want to do that.
I then asked him about how he felt about the homeless, as well as how they might be dealt with once the building is up.
I think the homeless issue, as in many cities, is a political one. Contractors will promise you anything you want to hear so they can get their project approved. But once the building is up, they're gone. And the homeless issue remains with the city.
Cox raises a good point. The homeless issue does remain with the city despite what contractors may have promised to their clients. Like he said, once they're finished, they're out. So, I wanted to see if I could find an opinion from the opposite end of the spectrum. This brought me to Elston Trukanovich, who had recently lost his home. I figured I'd ask him about how the nightlife might be affected first, since he pretty much sees everything that goes on in the area.
Before, the old one used to have like 4 discotheques or 4 restaurants or something like that, and there was a nightclub in there. And 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I sleep behind this building in the parking lot, which is, I don't know, a couple hundred yards to it. It was packed. People started coming to that club at 11 o'clock at night. Okay, that's when the rush starts going to the club. At 2 o'clock, they come out. They're fighting in the parking lot all night long from being drunk. So, I don't know what clubs are going to have inside there, but I imagine they're going to have something.
So, it is apparent that the nightlife already exists in the area. The Wilshire Grand Tower will most likely increase that. As I continued to chat with Trukanovich, he raised a point I hadn't thought of. While the aftermath may be beneficial, the construction itself has actually deterred people from coming to the area.
Since that hotel's been being built, they're losing a lot of business down here. There's a lot of people not showing up, not coming to downtown, and me as a panhandler down here can see the difference in my bucket. I mean, I have to go to different resources and stuff, and I'm not getting nearly what I used to get. And the paths are very, very different, you can tell.
Regardless of these opinions of the building's outcomes in downtown, it remains up in the air how the Wilshire Grand Tower will ultimately affect the area. For more, check out Nate's Niche. Thanks for listening.